As a person who values critical thinking, you might have expressed doubt about the idea of human-induced global warming, and then be labeled as climate change skeptics, someone with questionable intelligence and empathy. This video is to show that your doubt is well-warranted. As a highly intelligent person, you are correct to cast doubt on science that may lead to catastrophe for the entire mankind. The discussion human-induced climate change often is started with an intimidating introduction on thermal balance, involving the radiation that the Earth receives from the Sun and the radiation that the Earth gives. It is well established that gases in the atmosphere, such as carbon dioxide, can absorb the radiation from the Earth and send half the absorbed heat back to the Earth's surface. This is the greenhouse effect that has been keeping the Earth warm for life in the past 4.5 billion years. Without the greenhouse effect, the Earth would be as cold as the moon and without life. This part of the science is true. The bottom line is that people like Al Gore want to convince you that temperature is controlled by how much greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide, in the atmosphere. This assertion is, however, false. Let's first complete the introduction of climate change believers' argument and then dismantle their science. Measurements of carbon dioxide at temperature indeed show that they increase concurrently with time. This is a scientific fact that we have no objection to. Of course, we also do not object for President Bush to award Dr. Killing the National Medal of Science for starting the measurement of carbon dioxide to alert the world about the potential of human-induced climate change. The way that Dr. Killing plotted the change of carbon dioxide concentration with time, the so-called Killing curve, was, however, wrong. The Killing curve is particularly misleading when given together with a change of temperature, expressed as temperature anomaly. The very invention of temperature anomaly, which is simply the temperature change compared to the average temperature between 1961 and 1990, is designed to mislead the general public. The very word anomaly indicates something is wrong. The use of such an inappropriate descriptor of temperature has eventually misled the climate scientists who invented it. We'll see that soon. The next step in the argument of human-induced climate change relies on a fact, then a big twist of it. The fact is, since the beginning of industrialization in 1750, the human society has been increasingly dependent on fossil fuels, which produce carbon dioxide on burning. The twist is, the increased carbon dioxide emission must have resulted in the increase of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, even though there are many natural processes that consume carbon dioxide. The most familiar to the most of us is the consumption of carbon dioxide by plants through photosynthesis to grow. Nevertheless, the climate change believers still blame the increase of atmospheric carbon dioxide on our use of fossil fuels because they believe there could not be another explanation. This is where they are seriously wrong. The true cause for carbon dioxide to increase in the atmosphere is simply the increase of temperature itself. The idea originates from a famous equation proposed by Van Hoff, the very first Nobel laureate in chemistry. According to the Van Hoff equation, the logarithm of carbon dioxide concentration is proportional to the inverse of temperature in the absolute scale of Kelvin, with a slope given by the ratio of reaction heat and the gas constant. What does the reaction heat correspond to? The weathering of lime. A main component breaks in concrete with a chemical composition of calcium oxide. This is not surprising because we humans have put 14 billion cubic meters of concrete on the Earth's surface since the beginning of industrialization. As we can see, if Dr. Killing had expressed the correlation of carbon dioxide concentration and temperature using the Van Hoff equation, he would have known that not only Carbon dioxide concentration can regulate the Earth's temperature, but temperature can also regulate carbon dioxide concentration. Of course, anyone who wants to use the Van Hoff's plot must abandon the concept of temperature anomaly and adhere to the scientific scale of temperature in the absolute unit of Kelvin. This video has shown that the increase of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is not the cause of temperature increase, but a result. The increase of carbon dioxide being the cause of temperature increase is the very assumption that climate change believers have built their faith of human-induced global warming on. If this assumption has crumbled, should our society still cut carbon dioxide emission to reduce temperature? I think we should do some serious critical thinking before providing an answer. Can analyzing the concentration-temperature correlation using the Van Hoff plot reveal controlling reactions for other greenhouse gases? Absolutely. Stay tuned for our next video on biogeochemical reactions that provide temperature control for other greenhouse gases. Thank you.